Universal is just getting started. Over the last few years, Universal has slowly been implementing a massive plan worldwide to set themselves up for extreme success throughout the coming decades. They've been stepping up the quality of their parks and even building new parks as well, coming up with new intriguing concepts for their theme parks. That's not all though. While Universal's biggest competitor was sleeping the last few years, taking a break from any massive investment, Universal took the opportunity to prepare an incredible long-term strategy to get them to become the #1 theme park operator in the world, finally beating Disney. No, I'm not talking about Epic Universe here, and while Epic is an awesome park, it's nothing nearly close to as grand as their master plan Universal has set up right in front of our eyes to finally take the lead on Disney for decades to come. And I'm honestly surprised to see very few people talking about it. This master plan Universal has is truly genius, and if everything goes as planned, Disney is going to be in a lot more trouble than anyone realizes. Let's go through all the details of this incredible plan, including everything that is confirmed for the future of Universal, as well as all rumors that come along. We'll also talk about what this means for Disney and the theme park industry as a whole. Universal is truly in the midst of shocking us all, and I couldn't be more excited. One of the main reasons Disney has always been so successful is because people grow up with a connection to Disney. They watch Disney movies and hear about the awesome Disney parks, and they always dream of visiting Disney one day when they grow up. For decades now, Disney has been the leader in the theme park world, which means anyone thinking about going to a theme park would automatically think about going to Disney. That's how it's been ever since Disney opened their first park. Disney revolutionized the theme park market, and it gave them decades of success. When someone dreams about going to Disney for a while, when they eventually do go on a vacation to Disney and they have a great time, they develop a connection to the Disney brand, especially as a child. Memories like those stick out for a lifetime, and kids that go to Disney at a young age develop a sort of nostalgia with the Disney brand. That's something that's worked for Disney for decades, and it's something Universal kind of lacked for a long time. It's why Disney still manages to have higher yearly attendance rates at the Magic Kingdom than Universal has ever had at any of their parks. Even though Disney has been in a pretty tough spot the last few years, and some of their smaller parks have struggled with attendance, the Magic Kingdom still gets higher attendance rates than any other park anywhere in the world. This is because Disney has decades of fans and decades of brand recognition, so even when they aren't investing in massive new rides and attractions for a long time, and even when there are exciting brand new, highly themed attractions opening up next door to them at Universal, many people still visit Disney just because of the childhood memories they have there or the connection they have to the park. Universal used to struggle a lot in this area, but after they got the rights to the Harry Potter franchise, they began to grow their core fan base significantly. Harry Potter is one of the most successful fictions of all time, and both the books and the movies have been extremely popular. The series also has some of the most die-hard fans in the world, so when Universal acquired the rights to Harry Potter, it gave them a huge boost with guests that had a connection to Harry Potter from their childhood. This is when Universal actually started to become a serious Disney competitor, and they learned a lot from this. As guests flock into Universal parks to experience the new Harry Potter lands throughout the 2010s, many of them ended up becoming Universal fans. There were also many that just didn't have such a magical experience on their trip to Disney and eventually gave Universal a try, only to have a much better experience, leading them to become massive Universal fans. This is how Universal became the serious Disney competitor it is today, and Epic Universe only helps them even further. First of all, Universal can now host guests for the full 7-day package, and those guests can take one day of their vacation to go to the Magic Kingdom, instead of the opposite, taking a Disney vacation and visiting Universal for one day. Epic Universe also helps Universal with the fact that it's going to bring people in to experience the brand new park from all over, and many of them will end up becoming massive Universal fans after having an awesome experience. Still though, Universal doesn't have people growing up dreaming of going to their parks the way Disney does. Sure, now kids may dream of visiting Epic Universe, but that alone won't be able to defeat decades of memories and decades of success Disney has had with the Magic Kingdom. That's exactly why Universal announced the first phase of their master plan in 2023 to start winning Disney in this area. In early 2023, Universal announced that they would be building a brand new park right in the middle of Texas. This park wouldn't be a major theme park like the other Universal parks around the world, rather it will be a smaller park geared towards kids. Universal had never done something like this before, and neither had Disney, so it seemed a little strange and out of place. Why would Universal want to open a small park in the middle of the country that was geared towards kids? Wouldn't it ruin the reputation of their elite parks in California and Florida? On top of that, why gear it only towards children? And why give people in the middle of the country a mini park close to them, which would potentially cause them to choose to visit that park as opposed to traveling all the way to the resorts at either side of the country and spending much more time and money on a full elite experience? The answer to these questions is very simple. Universal's new kids park in Texas is part of their master plan to win over America's youth for years to come. Once this new Universal Kids Park in Texas opens in 2026, kids in the area will grow up visiting Universal. They'll get to go to the kids park and get a taste of the incredible theming and attractions Universal offers. People in the middle of the country will now develop a nostalgia and connection with Universal since they'll grow up visiting the Universal Kids Park, and they'll always dream of visiting those major Universal parks in Orlando. The Kids Park will also probably be a very successful park for Universal on its own, but that's just an added bonus. Now, instead of growing up dreaming of one day visiting the Magic Kingdom, these kids will grow up dreaming of visiting Epic Universe. These kids will have childhood memories attached to the Universal brand, which is something that could last for a very long time. Universal's Kids Park is a true genius plan to combat Disney's massive fan base that has a connection and nostalgia with the Disney brand, but it's just one piece of the puzzle Universal is using to win over children at an early age and help kids develop a lifelong connection with the Universal brand. In 2023, Universal also announced a brand new all-year-round horror park in Vegas coming soon. This is yet another way to capitalize on getting people excited for Universal. Guests will be able to experience horror all year round the way Universal does it, again in a different area of the country. Now, anyone looking for horror at a theme park will know Universal is the place to go during the fall. Not only will this attraction be successful on its own, it also builds a lot of hype for the major horror attractions. Not only will this attraction be successful on its own, it also builds a lot of hype for the major horror attractions Universal is known for at their major theme parks. And on top of that, the fact that Epic Universe has an entire Horrorland with Dark Universe, and you can see why this attraction is a very smart idea for Universal. Not only is Universal playing the long game by trying to get America's future youth invested in the brand, but Universal also has a lot more in their secret plan to destroy Disney for decades to come. Just over a year ago, it was announced that Universal purchased a massive plot of land in a perfect area for what is supposed to be used to build an insane new theme park. Recently, Universal confirmed this new park to be Universal Great Britain, and it's set to begin construction in 2026 with an opening date of 2031. Not only will Universal be tapping into the European market with this park being in Bedford, just a 35-minute train ride from London, but they are also going to be making Universal Great Britain a lot different from the parks at the Orlando resort. Guests that visit this new Universal park in Europe, which will no doubt be extremely popular, will always grow up dreaming of taking that vacation to the United States to visit Orlando like so many Europeans do each year. The only difference though is that this time, these guests will be dreaming of visiting Universal instead of dreaming of taking a vacation to Disney. This park in Europe serves a dual purpose. It will be a successful park of its own, but being different enough from the parks in Orlando, people will continue to come from Europe to Orlando to experience the #1 Universal destination in the world. The new park in the UK is expected to have a lot of different brands and IPs that the other Universal parks don't currently have, and it will likely be a huge success. Universal Great Britain will expand Universal's fanbase overseas with yet another successful park, but it will also build even more hype for Universal's #1 resort in Orlando. People that enjoy Universal Great Britain would be more likely to want to plan a trip to the US, leading to Universal gaining from their successful park in two ways. Not only will the UK park be successful, but it will also greatly benefit Universal's Orlando resort, driving even more overseas guests to plan an ultimate vacation there. Universal is preparing to dominate worldwide for decades to come. As they finally complete Epic Universe, they already announced their plans to build their amazing UK park. Universal really doesn't want to leave us for even a moment not thinking about their brand and the next amazing project they're working on. Though it is going to take a couple of years before that new park gets built. In the time being, Universal will continue expanding all their other parks, continuing to upgrade them and enhance them year after year. Of course, there's the new Drift Coaster opening in California coming in 2026, and Hollywood Rip Ride replacement probably coming in 2027. I imagine Islands of Adventure will get something new in 2028 as well. There are also expansions planned for Epic Universe that I'd say will come in 2029 and 2030, all leading up to the massive new park that'll be opening in Europe in 2031. This is another part of Universal's master strategy. By constantly announcing and working on new insane projects, they get everyone to talk about their brand all the time, building up massive hype for the Universal brand in all of their parks. Disney, on the other hand, announces a slew of new projects, and maybe 3 to 5 years later, you hear that they are either being built or were totally scrapped. All this alone would be enough for Universal to overtake Disney for the coming decades. However, besides Universal's secret plan that they've been working on for a long time, there's another factor that's working to their advantage. Over the last bunch of years, Disney has been neglecting their Orlando parks more and more. If Disney was properly competing, it wouldn't be as easy for Universal to become and remain #1. It takes Disney an average of 3 to 5 years to plan a major new attraction, and as of now, there are a bunch of major plans for their parks that will likely begin to open starting in 2027. Disney is not going anywhere just yet, and though for the next while Universal may have the lead as the #1 theme park operator in the world, and Universal may now become the leader of the theme park industry, Disney will still remain a fierce competitor. Sure, it may take a few years until Disney comes back with something crazy, but they will, no doubt. If Disney opens an insane new land in 2028 after the Epic Universe hype is already beginning to die down, it'll do a lot for them. I hate to say it though, but by then Epic Universe will probably be opening a new expansion. Disney is a bit behind now going into the next decade, but competition is always great and a rising tide raises all ships. I think it's safe to say that whatever is going on with these two theme park giants, Orlando will be the place to be. Universal did play their hand pretty well though, and I think it's gonna pay off big time. Disney and Universal have been fighting for a while, and I spent an entire year working on an epic documentary of the history between these two theme park giants. You definitely want to watch this incredible documentary, and if you can't sit down for the whole thing now, just add it to your watch later. I really appreciate every single one of you and want to thank you for watching. See ya in the documentary.